Okay, guys, good morning, everybody. Today it's time to talk about Higehiro episode 12. And I gotta say, I saw it last night and I wasn't surprised. But for Yoshida's actions really got me into this one. So here's the thing. Throughout the journeys of Sayu's actions, her reason for her to run away and go to Tokyo, her reasons to what she had to do to make a living. It's hard for a teenage girl like herself. And that's the thing about drama animes. We get to see the problems that doesn't happen to us, but we see it like in a way like, okay, we feel bad for that person. Because that happens in real life, you know what I mean? Stuff like that happens. But the thing is, Sayu's reasons I could understand. And Yoshida taking her in, okay, that counts as a criminal. I get that. But what Yoshida does, he understanding the true value of Sayu's, like, in terms of like, okay, Sayu is just an innocent girl who's making these wrong decisions and trying to make things right. That's the ticket. Now, this episode is all is the one main wall that is blocking the way, and that's Sayu's mother. And her fear is her parenting, and her fear is her parents. And that's the thing. This episode just got me thinking about bad parenting. This is the worst mother I've seen right now. The first time I saw Sayu's mother, the first thing that come to my head was the mother from Erase. And if you watch Erase, understand where I'm coming from in this one. Bad parenting. That's that. So again, I'm looking at this and I gotta say I am extremely pissed off at the mother. She's a piece of shit. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. Not one bit. I couldn't. After that slap last week, here's the thing. After the slap last week, I had my perspective like this one. Like I go back and forth on this one. Like on the other hand, the slap that she did Sayu, I can understand that because she's one of those like where have you been? I haven't seen you. That kind of slap, I can understand. But for her to slap it like that, like come on, she didn't mean to do. She went through all of this. She went to the schools. She went to confront her demons, like her school and everybody that she's been with. She did all that, and now you're gonna slap her? No. But now this is the confrontation. Episode's called Mother. So, without further ado, let's get right to it. In episode 12 of Higehiro. Let's do it. So, Sayu's road to redemption has always been an uphill battle. She conquers so many things now, and now she has to confront, the one thing she has to confront now is her mother. And I'm looking at Sayu's mother, and every time I look at her, I literally want to slap her. It's like looking at Mine from Rising the Shield Hero. I want to jump into the role of Rising the Shield Hero and slap Mine in the face. Looking at her mother right now, she looks so pale. She looks so fucking pale, guys. I can't even imagine. Like, she looks extremely pale to the bone. So, now I'm gonna break this down, the whole confrontation table, because this is where the table scene happened. You talking about the drama? This was the drama of all things, okay? So, the mother didn't even, looking at the mother's reactions to this episode, she doesn't even care. She's like, why you came back after all this time? Why you came back? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you even care about this? Because of you, we've been jeopardized, our reputations, all this. Basically, the mother only cares about herself. Definition of bad parenting, she only cares about her fucking self. Not even caring in a world for her daughter's sake. That's fucked up. And leave it to Sayu to be trying to be open up to the mother, cause she's like, oh, you don't care about me because you just admit that I killed my best friend, all that stuff. And the thing is, about the whole confrontation, the mother's like, I don't remember any of that. See, that's the thing. It's communication that lacks the mother and daughter relationship in this episode. That's what it was. It's like, in a nutshell, it's like Sayu is trying to she's trying to live a normal life as a teenage girl, and I get that. But Sayu's mother is is really, 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 really strict. Here's the thing. When it comes to parents, okay, I get it. Parents do have these strict rules, and you have to go by them. I get that because they're protective of their kid. I get that. But for the mother to be like not caring for Sayu and not trying to make her grown up to becoming an adult like her, not teaching her the ways to be more, like that. It's not there. And that's what the mother's not doing. She don't even care about Sayu at all. She didn't even care. She didn't even care. Like, okay, Sayu ran away. Did you even think about Sayu at the moment? When Sayu ran away, did you ever thought about, oh, I'm going to pull out those lost and found things or write sad letters or something like that? Did you even cry? Did you even cry when Sayu ran away? That's the problem. And leave it to Sayu just having that hand. The table scene was funny because, by funny I mean like the slap on the table. She stepped up. She's like, listen, you don't care. I ran away because you didn't look at me, you ignored me, you didn't even care about me. I ran away. Yoshida took me in, and he did nothing wrong. He did not have sex with me. He took care of me. He treated me like an adult. He treated me like a family should do. Coming home and then having to talk about your good day, eat meals together, all that stuff. Why don't you do that? That's the picture right there. That's the picture right there. A family needs to sit down and eat together, talk about what they did at work and school, all that stuff. The mother has not done. She only cared about money and her reputation. That's the only thing she did. I can't stand that bitch. And then the fucked up part. Here's where the fucked up part is getting me mad. Here's where I get a little pissed off. The mother was like, you don't know nothing about me. What do you care about? I should have never gave birth to you. Yo, that's a little too far. The moment when she said, I should have never give birth to you, I legit was shocked at what she said. I should have never gave birth to you. And the way that hit me is like, a parent like her should never say that to their own kid. Should never, ever say that at all. And that hit Sayu hard. But for Yoshida, I'll be honest, when Yoshida grabbed that glass of juice, grab that glass. I'm not saying it's water, but grab that glass. I legit thought he was gonna splash that in front of Sayu. Into the mother. Like, do it. Like, just splash it in her face. But he kept his cool. I give Yoshida credit in this episode. I give him the utmost credit. He literally grabbed the juice and drank it. I'm like, wow. That's bold. I mean, he understands now the connection. He understands the problem with Sayu and her mother. But that scene where Yoshida, he explained parenting. Like, even though, here's the thing, although Yoshida may be like a criminal, quote, because he took a high school girl and that counts as a criminal, okay, but still, he took Sayu and making her become more of an adult. And what he's saying to Sayu's mother is like, okay, I've been taking care of Sayu. I've been looking out for her. I've been checking up on her, make sure she doesn't do anything wrong. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that on a regular basis? Why don't you, what Yoshida is saying to us and to Sayu's mother is like, okay, I've been taking care of Sayu. I took Sayu in because I felt bad for her. I took Sayu in because I took Sayu in is because she's leading towards a wrong path. And that's why I had to take her in. So yeah, why can't you do that? Why can't you be a good parent and tell her the ways of becoming an adult, the ways of the pros and cons of a life of a teenage girl, something like that? But he didn't splash. Well, he didn't splash that cup of juice on them. So I legit thought he was gonna do that, but he kept his cool. And it's like when he got up, he got down on his knees and said, "Please, please treat Chaya more and more, please." I'm like, no. You didn't have to get down on your knees. Like, it's one thing to talk to Sayu's mother, but for you to get down on your knees and beg for forgiveness, that's like, oh my God. And not only that, the brother had to do it. Now, Sayu's big brother had to do it. And the brother is so mature about it. He's so mature. Like, here's the thing. At first, I didn't buy it. At first, I didn't buy Sayu's brother at the slightest. But then episodes going on by, and I'm like, you know what? I'm liking his brother. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So Yoshida and Sayu's brother got down on their knees and begged the mother to treat Sayu fair, kind, and respectful, who must be respected at all times. Please be a parent and communicate with Sayu even more. Now the mother's all freaking out. And she's like, get out, because she knows she fucked up and she knows she was wrong. That's why you told Yoshida and Sayu to go outside. And then when they were outside, Yoshida began crying, and I'm like, don't front, man. I mean, we're not hating. We're not hating. Grown men do cry. I get that. And Sayu and Yoshida was crying together. That was so good. And then to sum up the end. Yoshida went back into Sayu's house. Told Sayu's mother everything, like, okay, of course I didn't have sex with Sayu. Of course, why would I do that? I took her in because I took Sayu in because she's a high school girl and she needs to have a better life. That's it. And then at the end, Sayu's mother was like, okay, I'll think about it longer, but I want you can stay here until the morning. But in the morning, you're going back home. He's like, okay, I will. And that's how it ended. So here's my thing. Overall, this episode just taught you the value of parenting. That's it. That's the whole theme about it. The theme for this episode was just parenting. And I get it. And I get it. People saying, where's the plot of all this? Again, the plot of all this is parenting and how the direction from Sayu is now growing as she's developing now. I think Sayu growth and the development of this is really strong and powerful. The drama there is intense. That's the thing about drama animes. It's that intense. It's the characters that we feel and understanding them based on what they have been going through. And I understand that some of us have not been going through what they do, but if you understand the emotion, the passion that they did, that they had to go through just to become what they are and all that, then you'd be like, you know what? I'm getting it. But like I said, this episode was so much drama into this, especially with Sayu being open to the mother, finally being opened up. Now here's the thing, I don't know the communication. I don't know how next week is gonna go with Sayu and her mother. The communication is still not there yet. I don't know how it's gonna be, but we'll see how this goes. I mean, Sayu is staying, so we'll see how this will go, and let's see where it ends. So again, I love this. I like this episode. It's really getting there. Next week is the last episode of Higehiro, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's see where the future holds for Yoshida and especially Sayu. See you next week.